I'm Bridget Ward, science teacher at Central High School in Springfield, Massachusetts, and I enjoy using my role as educator to inspire my inner city students to be curious, explore the world, and investigate global issues.
In my pre-AP biology class, I wanted to lead my students on a scientific journey throughout a continent they rarely learn about, Antarctica.
Students became new frontiers, taking on the roles of citizen scientists through joining the Penguin Watch research team.
A current study conducted by the University of Oxford that has requested assistance annotating images they have collected in Antarctica since 2009. During our project, students helped by analyzing pictures, aiding the research team toward reaching their goal of forming a marine protected area to help fight against emerging issues of climate change and the human impact on penguins.
To begin the project, I wanted to get an idea of what my students already knew about Antarctica.
I had students take a short pre-assessment. First topic, geography. I simply asked students to point out where Antarctica was on the map and to draw what they thought it looked like. Amazingly, many students thought it was just a skinny rectangle. Some even located Antarctica at both the North and South poles. Next, I asked students to write 2 facts they already knew about the continent. The misconception that polar bears live in Antarctica was frequently written down. I quickly learned we had a lot of room to grow. Students began by learning background research through reading the Antarctica Encyclopedia entry on nationalgeographic.org. This article sparked students' interest even more on topics of geography, climate, and the people who live and visit the continent. Students were fascinated that there were multiple research stations built on Antarctica. I asked students to use longitude and latitude coordinates to locate the position of 6 stations. We then used data of temperature and precipitation collected at those stations to better understand the unique climate. Students shifted their background research to penguins, focusing on the 5 species they would be seeing in all the pictures. I then introduced students to the Penguin Watch project. I explained how they would be collaborating with the research team and analyzing data that the team will use in their research.
Students develop scientific method and problem-solving skills through building on their own curiosities and developing an individual, testable hypothesis to investigate. Students collected data from photographs not only to supply data to the Penguin Watch research team, but also to analyze for their own questions. Students took pride in their work and felt a strong sense of responsibility, knowing the images they were processing were their personal contributions to help solving a current global issue. We then wanted to find a way to communicate their research with their peers, and it amazingly just kept getting bigger and bigger. Our first decision was to construct life-size models of the critical species that our work was going towards protecting, including the 5 species of penguin, but also their predators and prey. We also wanted to share their specific hypotheses and conclusions with the school and display the process of their data collections. Students not only communicated with the research team by submitting analyzed data, they also were able to Skype with Dr. Tom Hart, lead scientist of Penguin Watch.
Have you ever seen penguins fight each other?
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of fights over nest site and over penguins nicking each other's stones from the nest.
Most of their questions were more about life in the field and how scientists survive in the extreme living conditions of Antarctica than the research itself.
Are there grocery stores over there?
Not really. So probably in McMurdo, which is the biggest, there's a McDonald's and a bowling alley. But
one impact this project had on students was increasing their self-confidence of the application of the scientific method. As we moved on throughout the curriculum, students have referred to the steps we took as a class during this investigation to design experiments on their own. Perhaps more rewarding for me to see is the increase of students' curiosity about the world. They are beginning to think more on the global scale and how topics they are learning are applicable to the real world. What I really enjoyed about this project was that students were clearly excited every step of the way, and there were so many compliments on the students' work